Cuckold's dilemma. The sense of betrayal is bitter. I loved her enough to trust her, and I trusted her enough to propose. Why did she accept if she had no intention to be faithful? Why lead me to dismantle my defenses and welcome her into my innermost being? We are not married, but in our engagement we were as one in everything but the sexual. I know she is much younger, and I used to tease her that she was my child bride. But she was grown up for her years, and our love had bridged the gap. Enough to make light of the waiting, enough to make do with the shared words in the midst of crowds, or family, or friends. We were never alone, except for the few fleeting moments that she arranged her errands to happen to pass by my workshop. Those bonds were enough to make her a part of me. Had I imagined it all? Had I placed too much meaning in the meeting of eyes across a crowded room, or a shy smile that I thought was meant only for me? Was this girl-woman that I loved a figment of my imagination, who had nothing in common with the person she actually is? How could I have made such a fool of myself? Pregnant with another man's child, the father unknown. Why would she do this to me? What did the other have that I did not? Was it my age? Or was it that I am an ordinary workman? Did she think that my future was too commonplace? But that is what I am. I make no secret of it. I work with my hands. I am paid for the sweat of my brow, and my house is small. Yet no man owns me. I am my own master, and it is my workmanship that wins me customers. My earnings are too small for me to have ever refused a customer, but I have that right. I can decide when to close my shop, and no one can force me to change my mind. That obviously means nothing to her. Why should it? It's a petty pride that I cling to within my heart. Maybe it's me trying to find a way to consider myself special. Special enough to find the courage to step beyond the ordinariness of my daily toil and dream of happiness. And I shared my dreams with her. I actually told her what I hoped to do, and she encouraged me. How small must the mumblings of a laborer seem to a teenager who may be discovering poetry and music despite the drudgery of her own chores? Were my hopes too prosaic? Too focused on willing meager savings to grow enough to expand my workshop, to build an extension to the house, to create space for her and our to-be children? And now she is going to have another's child. The bitterness is overwhelming. I go through the motions, I do my work, I eat my food, but everything has lost its taste. My mastery over my craft gives me no pleasure, and friends are like distant shadows who have no substance that I can attach myself to. I am too ashamed to look into anyone's eyes. What a naive fool they must think I am. What a blind fool I know I am. Sleep is a comfort that eludes me. Peace is alien to me, and the notion of joy is so incomprehensible that it must have been a delusion. How could I have fooled myself so badly? And how could I have bared everything within me to another who held no value for any of it? My foolishness robs me of any sense of self-worth. The pain of betrayal is beyond my capacity to bear. My God, I am an ordinary man. I do not understand you, but I have worshipped you since I was a child. Help me now, I pray. Heal my heart, straighten my mind, take away the pain. Please, Lord, this is beyond me. I know I have committed many wrongs, but I have never betrayed a trust. I have always known that love is a vulnerability, but I thought that she was my one chance to venture beyond my shell. I trusted her. I loved her. I love her still. And that adds to my pain. Take this love away from me, O Lord. Even if it means that I can never love again, take this pain away from me, Father. I beg of you. I do not understand your ways, but surely you do not delight in my pain. I know that you told one of your prophets to marry a prostitute, but he was a prophet, one equipped to do extraordinary things, one nurtured to make extraordinary sacrifices. I am not a prophet. I am not even a holy man. I am an ordinary, commonplace workman with small hopes, smaller means, and even less understanding. If this was your test for me, I have failed. I could have told you that I was not worth testing. Turn your gaze from me, for I have nothing of value. There is nothing to refine in me, so take me out of your flame. Help me. Guide me. Give me wisdom, Lord, for I have none of my own. No strength to overcome the pain. I need your help now more than I ever have. Save my sanity, I beg. Lead me through the maze of my own broken foundations. Help me to find something of value. Anything. I hear nothing. I sense nothing of you. I am alone. My pain is mine alone. Well then, focus on the practicalities and leave the pain for my sleepless nights. Do I kill her? The pain begs for revenge, but it is sorrow that overwhelms me, not anger. Do I drag her to court? Adultery is a sin. Even though we were never married, surely this is some form of adultery. Or, if that does not get past the lawyers, maybe I should just report it to the priests. She will become a social outcast, at least in our limited society. No doubt she will find a place with those who are not as stern in their outlook. But do I want to drive her from her home and all that is familiar, with no means to support herself? She will become destitute, or is that a ploy to make her dependent on me, her only hope of rescue? Actually, no. I am too bankrupt to ruin another's life, even hers. She has done enough. She will have to live with that. I cannot become cruel to match the cruelty she has forced on me. I think why not, and I discover what had slipped past me in the torrent of my words. I still love her. Fool that I am. I wish her no harm, just relief from my pain. Love and pain. The pain is more intense when love is the reason. Possibly. Love is made more precious by the risk of pain. More fragile because that same intensity can be transformed into hate. But I do not hate her, and I know that revenge will not ease my loss. Focus on the realities and let the rest deal with itself. And the realities are, I love her. I mean her no harm. My pain is real. I may be wrong, but it is likely that no one other than her parents and I know of her pregnancy. Those are the realities. How do I marry them together? Marriage. I should use another term. It would have been funny were it not so immediate. Stop going on in tangents. How do I deal with my fiancée who I love, but who pains me intensely? Distance has to be the answer, and if she is not to be vilified, quietness has to be an essential ingredient. We shall quietly go our separate ways, with no spectacle for those who delight in others' misery. Two singles again who decided that the other was not the right person, but no scandal of the unwed mother or the fatherless child. She can deal with the baby how she pleases. Maybe she'll get rid of it, or maybe she'll find the father, or maybe she will find some other fool to marry her. Whatever she decides, I will not stand in her way, and I will not make it any more difficult for her. She has enough of a price to pay for her temporary madness. Maybe it was love on her part. If so, she is as big a fool as I am. Her reasons are no longer my concern. Thinking about the possibilities only adds to my pain, and I need to distance myself. For her sake and for mine. This decision is a relief. I am worn out. There is nothing left in me. It is as if I am numb within. I feel nothing. The turmoil is spent until I can feel again. Thank you, Lord, for this respite and for your guidance. Tonight, at least, sleep will be sweet oblivion. I will speak to Mary tomorrow.